The Great Commandment, Deuteronomy. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord you God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, all of the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee, in the land of forth with milk and honey. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is the Lord, is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach the diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand. They shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house, and on thy gates, warning against disobedience. And it shall be, when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which is swear unto thee fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things. Woo. This comes from Deuteronomy 6. I read you 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Chapter 6, Deuteronomy 1 through 10. Yes, we're gonna be busting. The chicken gonna be busting. Oh, I can't wait to eat it. Damn, 218 views already. Good lord! I just posted a video. Short. I get more views on my shorts than I do my lives. I guess I'm just start doing shorts now from now on. I like to get her head top though. I just put on some chicken so I can barbecue it in the oven. I go to the store and get it. I got up early. Then I went to the store around 7:30. Was it 7:30? No. It was around 7:38 when I went. Got some drumettes, got some drumsticks, and 2 bottles of barbecue sauce. 2 bottles of barbecue sauce. So it's smelling good right now. The season I use all season, purpose all season. It smells good too. I'm smelling it right now. It oven be kicking. It oven be doing it. Yeah, you know, I can see my subscribers. It's me, Jazzy, Breezy. Let's see what's going on in the news then. Let's see what's going on Sunday morning. Let's see what's going on. Humanitarian crisis. City says manager must be hired for Chapel Ridge Apartments or property. Ooh, or property will be evacuated and torn down. Oh my God. Jackson, Mississippi. The deed holders for a troubled Jackson apartment complex are being urged to bring on new managers or the facility could be evacuated. That's according to a letter from Jackson City Attorney Drew Martin, which was sent a Excalibur funding, which was sent to Excalibur Funding LLC, the holder of the deed for Chapel Ridge Apartments on Friday. The place is cleaned up now. City attorney outlines steps to stabilize Chapel Ridge. If Excalibur does not act immediately, the city will be forced to find a way to humanly evacuate the complex, board it up, and likely demolish the structure to ensure it does not become a home for vagrants and crime. Martin wrote, failure to act will harm the city's citizens. It will also substantially diminish the value of the property, which secures the loan Excalibur made to the owners. The letter comes days after WLBT reported on conditions on the site. Owners had not provided trash pickup there in weeks, causing a pileup. Oh my God. Tenants said collection stopped after owners quit paying waste management for the service. Further investigation on Channel 3 on your side revealed Chapel Ridge had some 734,000 in past due water bills owed to City Jackson Water. It it I do not know how much is owed to Waste Management, AOG Living, or the other providers and vendors. What I do know is that the residents are suffering and what could quickly become a humanitarian crisis, Martin wrote. According to the letter, Chapel Ridge is owned by Chapel Ridge Apartments LLC. The special warranty deed was conveyed to the company in September 2021. Martin says those owners are currently in default on the deed, and it is up to Excalibur to act. Mm, mm. A apartment complex people, these residents probably have to pack up and move. That's a lot. That is a lot. You gotta pack up and move, try to find somewhere else to stay. That's a lot. Mm-mm. There's a lot. Reach, Chapel Reach. Police officer who arrested Georgia teen that was detained by ICE resigns from the department. Ooh, ooh. He, he resigns from the department. Georgia police officer whose traffic arrest of a 19-year-old undocumented college student led to her detention by immigration and customs enforcement has resigned from the department. A spokesman for the city of Dalton confirmed to CBS News on Saturday. The city of Dalton spokesman Bruce Fraser wrote in an email that the Dalton Police Department has had no statement on the officer resignation and added that I also don't have information on his reason for resigning. Fraser's statement did not name the officer. The resignation comes after Dalton police said the officer had mistakenly pulled over Examina Cristobal on May 5th. He cited Cristobal for making an improper turn and driving without a license before booking her into the Whitfield County Jail in Dalton, where she was picked up by ICE officers. After officials reviewed dashboard camera footage of the traffic stop, they found the vehicle was actually made. The improper turn was similar to the truck Cristobal was driving, and on May 12th dismissed traffic charges against her. You ever been to jail? The officer can heard asking Cristobal in the dash cam footage. No, sir, she responded. Where you're going, the officer said. I cannot go to jail. I have finals next week. My family depends on this, Cristobal said. Cristobal, who came to the U.S. from Mexico when she was 4 years old, had been in ICE custody ever since early May. After the agency took custody of her from the Dalton County Jail and transferred her to ICE detention facility in Lumpkin. ICE released her from detention on May 22nd when an immigration judge granted her bond. Her father, who was detained by ICE in April, also after a traffic stop, was being held in Lumpkin as well, but he was granted bond and released last week. Both will continue to face deportation to Mexico, the Department of Homeland Security previously said. ICE started a deportation case against Cristobal in the immigration court. DHS said Cristobal and her father should face consequences for being in the U.S. illegally. But she going to school here. But she been here since she was 4 years old. Hey Mike, how you doing? I don't think nothing should be done to if you've been here since you was 4 years old, you shouldn't be it should be no consequences since she was 4 years old. Mm-hmm. Now you have to get work visas, tourist visas. I'm gonna look that up too. To be in a country these days. Oh, I can't believe they made that Louisiana plantation into a resort. A Louisiana plantation turned resort burns promptly a reckoning. I've been seeing this all day yesterday. People was talking about it. They're not away. They're not away. Plantation. They said after the first fire was put out that night, another fire sparked up and it demolished it. The rest of it. A Louisiana plantation turned resort burns promptly, prompting a reckoning. Roughly an hour away, another plantation is working to honor the history of those enslaved, once enslaved. A fire at the Nottoway plantation has revived a conversation about plantation tourism. Hey, pretty chocolate girl. Good morning. When Tamika Thompson first heard about the fire at Louisiana Nottoway plantation on May 15th, she felt a surge of energy in her body as she recognized why the name was so familiar. Her father's family traces its roots to White Castle, where the plantation is based, and she believes some of her ancestors were enslaved there. There was over 100 slaves at their plantation back in, what was it, 1859? You going back to sleep? Okay. I wish I can go back to sleep, but I can't. I'm in here cooking early. I started early. Yeah, personally for me, Thompson said, there's literally a heat I feel. She wasn't the only one with strong reaction as images of the inferno and its aftermath circulated. Some took to social media to bemoan the loss while others celebrated the destruction. I'm pretty sure they celebrated with good reason. The plantation, roughly 25 miles from Baton Rouge, was built as the largest antebellum home still standing in the American South. And like so many other symbols of its era, it has become a test for how residents grapple with the region's history. The fire there has revived a conversation about how properties born from slavery should be viewed and how they should function today. How can they turn it into a resort? It was it was this history for the people that was enslaved there. They turned it into a resort. Mm-mm. It was a sugar plantation. It has been criticized for whitewashing the past. It is promoted as a 40-room resort with an outdoor pool for ideal weddings. The history page is on the website. Mm-mm. It was roughly 155 people who were enslaved there. 155 people. They failed to mention the history of roughly 155 people who were enslaved there. People bled, people sweated. They had a prom there in 2009 at Nottoway. They had a prom there, 2009. But I wonder what the cause was the burning of the Nottoway plantation. It's a mystery. It is a mystery. Tracy's cooking today. Cooking. I need some vegetables, sweetie. I gotta see what kind of vegetables I got. He wants peas and carrots. Put some butter in them. It'll work. It's still smelling good too. You smell it. The aroma. What? When the property was under different ownership, plantations are basically graveyards as well. By the way, its current owner, William Dan Dies, an attorney who only recently purchased the property, declined for comment on this article. He told the New York Post that the fire appeared to be electrical, though he acknowledged the plantation's complete complicated history. His distance he distanced himself from its legacy. We need to move forward on a positive note, and we're not going to dwell on the past racial injustice, he said. Some plantations have take a fundamental different approach. For Ashley Rogers, executive director of the Whitney Plantation, a nonprofit museum in Wallace, Louisiana, confronting past injustice is a core part of her job. A memorial at the Whitney Museum recognizes hundreds of people who were once enslaved there by name. Its tour guides describe the punishment slave face slaves face for trying to escape, for instance, or reading with very rare exceptions. It doesn't allow weddings on the ground. Mm. In March, President Donald Trump largely dismantled the Institute of Museum and Library Services, which provided the Whitney Plantation with two grants, one in partnership with the University of New Orleans and the other institutions helped fund the exhibit about resistance on plantations, and the other helped pay for programming, including a virtual tour and Juneteenth celebration. Let me see what you see. Oh, you can only use the show comments on stage when you buy a subscription. It's not on the free plan. Yeah, I'm on the free plan. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. I read enough. I have read enough. Y'all have a good morning and happy Memorial Day weekend. Y'all have a good one.